Welcome to the Your Business on Purpose podcast, the ultimate resource for women business owners looking to confidently navigate their entrepreneurial journey while upholding their principles. I'm Dawnette Palmore, your host and fellow entrepreneur. Join me as we immerse ourselves in illuminating conversations with accomplished experts spanning various fields across the business spectrum. Together, we'll unearth strategic insights into seizing opportunities and ensuring that your business is equipped with the essential elements aligned with your purpose and values. Hello, my fellow entrepreneurs. I am so happy to be here today with you on this solo episode of Your Business on Purpose. Today, I wanted to talk about something I thought is, as I say, every single topic I talk about is so important. And I think everything I talk about needs to be talked about more. But today I wanted to talk about systems and automations. And the reason I wanted to discuss this topic is because one, as you know, ladies, our time is our most valuable asset. And we can spend a lot of time in our business instead of on our business. So meaning we can spend a lot of time in our business. So what does that mean? It means we're doing like sending emails out that can be automated, or social media, these things that we're going to talk about, like that's in our business. But we need to be working on our business, getting more clients in the door, selling more products. That's how we want to be working on our business. We want to work, how is the face of our business? How can we get in front of more people so we could serve more people? And I feel like, and I've been caught in this too, that we can get so involved working in our business that we don't make any money because we're not working on our business. Now, if that sounds like you, give me a shout. DM me on Instagram at yourmoneyonpurpose.com. Let me know if that sounds like you, because I've fallen into this before. And I actually started doing this again because my VA had to quit to do her other passion, which is fine. So I was trying to do work in my business, and it's taking up way too much of the time. So I am actually, by the time you hear this, I will have a new VA. I'm going to be training a VA again to be able to take that stuff off my plate. And I realized just how much more valuable it is to have somebody doing some of this stuff for me so I can work on my business, meaning I can be doing money-making activities. Okay. So when we're working in our business and not on our business, it can lead us to burnout, right? Burnout and inefficiency. And I think we can really, if we think about if we're doing those things right now, how easily that can lead to burnout. Like if we're working and working and working and working in our business and we're never making any money, that is going to lead to burnout, right? We're going to get tired of it. We're going to and guess what? It's not our zone of genius. Social media is not my zone of genius. Putting emails together is not my zone of genius. My zone of genius is coaching people and helping them be better with their money so that their lives can improve. That is my zone of genius, and I can't do it when I'm doing these other things, right? Yes, I know. We try to wear a gabillion hats as entrepreneurs, and sometimes it's okay to wear hats, but we also need to pass some of the hats off that aren't really activities that are our zone of genius, or activities that take up our time. That's not really making us money, if that makes any sense. So yes, we need to send emails out. Yes, we need to be on social media. Yes, it's obviously we're making money that way, but that's not where we're bringing in a ton of revenue. So that's what I'm saying. For me, I need to be out building relationships with referral partners. I need to be out seeking and making content to put on social media. So when we implement the right systems and automations, which we're going to talk about the difference of those in just a minute, it can free up our time. It does free up our time. Not can it, it does free up our time. It's going to improve our productivity, and it's going to allow us to focus on growth and strategy, which is what we want. Because I feel like even with our finances, right? If we have this financial cloud over us, we can't really see how to fix things. We can't see how to grow. We can't see past the cloud that's in front of us. Same thing with all this. When we got too much stuff going on with all these hats in our business, we can't focus on growth and strategy. We're going to be bogged down and our mind's going to be tired, and we're just not going to want to do it, because I know I get tired doing that stuff too. So, the importance of systems and automations. So first, systems, those are structured processes. Systems are things like, okay, someone subscribes to our email list, and then there's a bam, 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 bam. There's an automation that goes out. Well, that's not a system. Sorry, back that up. Cut that part out, please, guys. Let me back up. Okay, so let's first talk about automations. What's the difference between automations and systems? Automations is technology-driven efficiencies, right? So someone subscribes to our email list, we have automations that go out. They're a series of 5, 10, 15, whatever you decide to do. Those are already set up going out, right? So then we have systems that we need to also place. So for instance, like I was saying, hiring a VA, well, there has to be systems in place. So do I have things like a Trello board? Where can I have something stored that shows them what to do? So it's a process. Okay, this is what I want to post on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if you do that too. But having a process, a structured process, is very, very important. And it's important growth, because when we hire people and we start to delegate these, then we don't have to continue training and training and training. We can quickly onboard somebody and show them the process that we have put in an Excel spreadsheet, in a Trello board, in a Google Sheet, wherever you have that. They can go and see, oh, okay, this is how it's structured. And then you hand it off and let them do their zone of genius, right? Which is amazing when we're able to pass some of these tasks off that can be daunting to us. So setting up the right foundations will prevent overwhelm, and it will really give us more freedom, which is what we're always trying to look for as entrepreneurs, right? So thinking about, finances, obviously, what are some tools that we use to automate? Okay, so let's talk about our finances, right? So we have our finances. It can be very daunting if you don't have an accountant or a bookkeeper, and you're not ready for that. That's okay. So let's talk about before you have that, because you need to have these systems and processes in place before you have that. So we have things that can help us to track expenses and generate reports, right? So we have things like QuickBooks, we have Xero, FreshBooks, you have Excel spreadsheets, Google spreadsheets. These things can help us to automate, right? Automate reports and expenses and invoices, things like that. However, we need to back up and have a process before that, right? So the process is, maybe we sit down once a week, once every other week, and we input those things, or we bring our bank statements over. However you have that set up. So the process would be, okay, every week I sit down Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. and I transfer all that stuff into my program, whether it's QuickBooks, Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is. Then the automation is the actual tool that we're using, because then we could say, okay, at the end of the month, I can generate this report. I could see, I can generate my profit and loss. I could generate my balance sheet, and I could see where my business is and where I spent all my money. where my money went, right? That's a great place to start. So these are great ways. Also, we can invoice that way, right? When we have these systems and automations in place, we're streamlining things. We're making things easier. It's better to do it when you're small because it's harder to take a whole bunch of stuff and try to automate stuff when we're already so big. But if we start small, wherever you're at right now, if right now you're only at where you can do an Excel spreadsheet, do it. Start tracking. Google Sheets has all kinds of budget tools and um, sheets that you can download through them and just start filling them out and doing it simple like that. Hey, pen and paper. If you want to do pen and paper, do that too. But know that you're going to have to move up. You can't just be pen and paper forever, because, especially because business expenses can get very complicated. And we don't want to be handing our accountants, our tax people, pen and paper. We want to have a nice spreadsheet, a nice P&L balance sheet type report that we can hand over to them. So you get to move up to that. So if right now it's pen and paper, that's okay. If it's Excel spreadsheets, that's okay. If it's something that like QuickBooks or I'm trying to think of all the other ones that I just drew a blank on. FreshBooks, Xero, all those things. You decide what works best for your business, pick that, and then use it. And you can always change later if your business needs change. So we can use those things to invoice, right? We can use those things to receive payment as well, making it super easy to receive payment. We don't want to complicate receiving payment because if we make it hard for our clients and our customers, we're going to end up having to collect and worry. If we could just automate it, like I have my clients, their payments are automated. So I send them an invoice, they put their information in, every month it charges their card. I don't have to worry about it. If for some reason their card gets declined, maybe it expired, maybe they didn't have sufficient funds, whatever it is, that system will automatically charge it again in 5 days. And I think it does it 3 times. And then that gives me time to say, hey, do you need to change your card? Whatever. But it also goes to the client. So this is a lot of things. So these are ways that we can make our business easier. What about doing things like marketing and social media, right? Wait, delete that because I want to back up. I want to talk about calendars. Okay, so another way that we can have systems and automation in our business is having some kind of calendar. Now, I run into entrepreneurs that do not use a calendar system and they miss appointments or they don't show up where they need to be, and it can be very chaotic. And I live and die my calendar. Like if it's not in my calendar, it's not getting done. Or it's not there. I don't know about it because I can't keep everything in my brain. And yes, when I started, oh my gosh, years and years ago, everything was inside a paper calendar. I no longer function that way. I function with the calendar that's on my phone. And that helps me a lot in being where I'm supposed to. So how does this translate to my business as well? When I see a client, then I book on a calendar system. The calendar system shows it on my calendar and then it sends it to the client. I also have it set up so that it automates reminders to the client because it's on my calendar. If it's on my calendar, I do not miss it. So then the automation is for my client to be reminded both by text and by email. I don't even have to worry about it. It is so great. And if they need to reschedule, there's a reschedule button at the bottom. Makes my life so much easier. I don't have to try to fit things in. If they have to reschedule, it opens my calendar up and they can see where my next available time is. So what is a way that you can automate your calendar system? Even when I have a colleague that I want to meet with, I send them my calendar link or I ask for theirs. Because boom, we don't have to go back and forth in emails, no wasted time. Let's figure it out. Bam, we're done. Makes things easier, right? Love it. Okay, then what about things, there's so much stuff we could set up for social media and setting up projects. So thinking about all the ways, how can you automate and set up processes in your business that will help you run more efficiently, that will help you to focus on growth and strategy instead of, I got to do this, I got to do that. Oh, I have to remind this email, I have to send out this email. This really frees up our mind, entrepreneurs, to move into a more creative space so that we can do more of what we were put here to do, whatever that might be. For me, it's coaching. It's helping people with their money, right? It's helping people find financial freedom, being able to live their purpose on purpose. So whatever it is for you, fellow entrepreneurs, take a look at where can you automate your business with technology? Where can you put the systems and processes that you have for your business so that you can pass those on to others when the time comes for you to be able to hire? It is a game changer, let me tell you. So I would love to hear about it. Where are you struggling in your business? Where can you implement a process? Where can you implement an automation? I would love to hear about it. Drop me a note in the podcast, in the comments. Like and share this episode if it's brought any value to you. And you can always reach out to me on Instagram at Your Money on Purpose. I would love to hear from you. So as we wrap up this episode, remember, conducting business on purpose not only fuels your success, but also propels you towards a purposeful life. Thank you again for being here. And until next time, embrace your journey of intentional business and purposeful living. This podcast is dedicated to you and all the incredible women out there breaking chains, pushing through, and striving to make it all work. Your support truly means the world to me. Could you do me a favor? Be a gem and leave a review. It will help us reach even more women, making a bigger impact. Your feedback is invaluable, and I would genuinely appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, ensuring you never miss an episode. Until next week, live a purposeful life in both your business and your finances.